Wait, I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry about that. Okay, this is part 3 of what if Deku was a survivor. The ship for this one is Deku X Momo. Now I really liked that one, when I saw it. And let's get to the story. As Deku receives this letter, telling him he got first place on the entrance exam, it's All Might, that comes on and says, "Congratulations, young Midoriya. You got first place on the entrance exam. Welcome to your hero academia." As Inko is excited that Deku got first place and that he got into UA. And Deku isn't really, doesn't really care that much, but, he sees that his mom cares a lot, so he, makes it like he cares. Now, on the first day of school, Deku goes, dressed in the hero costume, not hero costume, the school uniform, as he teleports to class. Yes, he can teleport. If you want to know where I'm getting all of Deku's abilities from, go search up TKO, or just search up OK KO Let's Be Heroes, and you'll see it. Because TKO is the alter ego of KO. Well, I think it's his manifestation of rage that he gained from his father. Which I think it's his father that they explain. I don't know. Can't remember. I ain't watched the show, the full of the show. I just watched a few episodes and I left it. I'm gonna have to watch that over again if I can find a way to do it. So, let's get to the story again. Deku is the first person in the classroom before Aizawa. Then Aizawa comes, he sees Deku being quiet, he ain't talking. And during this time, Deku's hair, was red and green, but this time his hair over here looking like a Christmas tree. Red and green in it. But, Deku's hair, some of the hair start to mix together, green, some with green and red on both of them. And Deku's eyes changed a little bit too. Instead of being both green, one side red, it switched. His eyes switch over time. What I'm saying is, it's like a pattern, like a slowly moving pattern. His eyes would go from green to red. Left eye green, right eye red, left eye red, right eye green, and it would slowly move. You can see that the eyes moving, like the colors moving out. Have you ever seen? Do you know how? Let me see. A lava plant, yeah, not lava plant. A lava lamp. How it goes up and then comes down. That's what it's like. Some colors in Deku's eyes. Large blocks of it, they go up, disappear, come down, green. Just think of something like that. Just think of his eyes slowly deteriorating, the color in it, and it changing from red to green. So after Awa comes to the classroom, he sees Deku, but Deku isn't talking. He just has earphones in, listens to some rock music. Because, TKO loves rock music, and Deku picks up a little bit of TKO's traits. Or T Deku, which stands for Turbo Deku. And he just listens to rock music. It's very loud. If anyone else listens to it, they'll blow their eardrums out. So he just listening to that. Then everyone else gradually starts coming in. Momo comes in second, Todoroki, and some other students. Ida comes in. He sees Deku. He wants to tell Deku that he's a better student than him for noticing the second part of his hands. But Ida sees that Deku has earphones in. He's trying to chew Deku out for it, but his music is too loud. When I say his music is too loud, I mean it's way too loud. Deku wouldn't even be able to hear anything. if anyone if anyone even tried, if anyone pulled Deku earphone out even a little bit, the windows of the class will bust. That's how loud Deku has his music, cause he don't really care, and it's not hurting him anyway. So Jiro sees that Deku has his earphones in, and she goes over and sticks her earphone jacks into Deku's phone. As soon as she did that, her ears start to bleed. As she takes them out, and she's holding her ears. As someone in class said, "Hey, are you okay?" Jiro doesn't signify that she heard them. They wonder what's happening. As they go over and tap her on the shoulder, and she turns around, and they say, "Are you okay?" As she says, no, screams out, "What?" I say, "Are you okay?" "I can't hear what you're saying." As they wondering what's wrong with her, why can't she hear us? As she's holding her ears. Then she puts her hands in front of her face, and she sees the blood on them. She's wondering what happened. Then she screams out, "That music is way too loud. It busts my eardrums. I need to go to the nurse's office." Screaming it out, and she goes to the cover girl. As cover girl asks what happened, she says, "What?" As cover girl writes it down. What happened, she explains, she basically was trying to listen to someone's music. They had it too loud and it bust her eardrums. The cover girl, heals her, but she gets a little bit, tired from this, because the cover girl's quirk takes away so much stamina to heal them. But since it's not really that much of a damage thing, as it's just the eardrums, it's not something like drastic like the arms. It doesn't take that much stamina, but it does take a lot. And she goes back to class. Ida is still trying to Deku out, but then this when Bako comes in. Bako sits down, and he don't put his feet up like Cannon, but he just sits down. Bako just chilling, playing on his phone. This when everyone else starts to come in. This when Raku comes in and goes to Deku and tries to say thank you. But Deku got his headphones in. He ain't listening to no one. This when Ida goes to take Deku's headphones out, but what he do, he pulls one out. This when all the glass in the classroom shatters. And then one can hear this loud, music as they cover their ears. As Deku notices this, he puts the earphone back in. He then stops the music, takes him out, and asks him what is he doing. He just says, after everyone checks their hands down from their ears, he just says you can't be listening to music in class. Deku says, you probably should sit down right now and stop worrying about me, because the teacher is getting up. Ida said, "What do you mean?" As Zawa gets up, he tells everyone to shut up and sit down. As everyone takes the same time, 10, I'm going to tell you, that took 15 seconds to shut up and sit down. As Zawa says, took 15 seconds. That won't do. Not one bit would that do in my class. And besides, you guys were being very loud. The only person that was really quiet in here was, points to Deku. When he came in, he was here before me, but when I came in, he was already quiet. He never talked to anyone, he was being quiet, but you guys were being so loud. No. He points to Ida, says, "You have been the loudest yelling." And he points to Jiro, says, "You are also yelling. So y'all need to be quiet." As they wonder who this guy is. As Zawa says, "I'm your homeroom teacher, Shoto Yazawa. Here, put on these uniforms and go outside." As he gives them their uniforms, and Ida asks, "What about orientation?" Yazawa says, "I can run this class however I want. There's no need for orientation. You're trying to become heroes." As everyone goes out to the field and they get ready for the ball throw. Now, Deku never went to middle school. No, he never. Wait. Yeah, he did. He did go to middle school. He didn't go to preschool. Like, yeah, he never went to preschool. So, as I asked, what's his Deku's father's throw in middle school? He says, oh yeah, in the locker room, Mineta does try to peek, but Deku stops him. Tells him that he can't do that. If he speaks, as he uses his right arm, puts it over Mineta's head, and his eyes start to glow, and some red energy comes off Deku's hand. He tells him, I'll shock you, as electricity starts to come off too. As Mineta gets a little bit shocked, scared from this, as he backs away. As Deku closes the hole with, his strength, just close it as he goes out. Azao then throws the ball towards Deku. Deku catches it without even looking. And when, Azao was a little bit, impressed by this, Azao then says, what's your farthest throw in middle school? Deku says 100 meters. Now, why y'all thinking, I'm giving him 100 meters in middle school? That's because Deku was at peak. No, not peak. He was at, pretty strong in middle school. And since he got T Deku's strength right now and his powers, he's even stronger. As I was saying, throw the ball. As he throws it, and he gets, I'm going to say he gets Infinity. Everyone's shocked from this, and people don't believe it that Deku got Infinity. Yeah, here's another thing that I'm changing. Deku don't get one fall. No, he don't. Bakugo gets it. All Might sees that Bakugo had a promise, and he gives the quirk to Bakugo, not Mirio, which does, separate him and Nanai a little bit. And now they don't see why he gave his quirk to some random kid instead of Mirio. But, Bakugo was pretty good with the quirk. Well, not at first. Since Bakugo already had a quirk, it was a little bit more easier for him to understand. But since it wasn't like an enhancement quirk, or what's it called? Yeah, since it wasn't an enhancement quirk or mutation quirk, he couldn't really get the full capabilities or one for all yet. That's all Might did get that lame advice talking about just clench your butt cheeks and yell smash. And Bakugo list all right. Bakugo trying to be his own hero instead of like Deku and Kenny trying to copy All Might and making him look so much like the successor. So, Bakugo did get some advice from Deku. Deku didn't. Well, Deku did know Bakugo got one fall, but he know what it was because he can sense energy. He can just sense that Bakugo has some energy in him. He's wondering what that is. He just tells him to use it throughout your full body. He shows Bakugo what he means as he puts, energy all over his body. And says, this is what I mean. Use it through your whole body. And don't, force it. Let it flow. I have an idea to help you control it. Try meditating. That's what I do. And I, got really proficient with my powers from that. As in the flashback. As Bakugo throws, as he uses one fall in his whole body, getting full Kaling earlier. And Deku finally sees Bakugo uses this power, this energy. But Bakugo can't use a lot of it. He can use more than Deku. I want to say he can use 7%. 7% to 9%. As he throws, throws the ball, and he gets farther than the cannon. I cannot remember. He got like 700 or something. I'm gonna say he gets 1,217. Now, everyone a little bit shocked from this. Uraka gets Infinity, and everyone else throws. The race Deku teleports gets not even a second. what's the next? The long jump, Deku flies. The grip strength, Deku breaks the machine. The puncher strength, Deku punches thing and does a Vegeta. If you know what Vegeta did, he basically punched the thing and broke it. But he did one up on Vegeta. He blew the thing up when he punched it. Vegeta, Saitama, and I don't know the next one, but that's it. Deku overall score is in first place. Everyone else comes in with whatever place they came in. Now, before anything else happens, Momo, shows off her quirk, and Deku likes her quirk, thinking that he can have Momo make him some things in case they ever become a hero team. So he tells Momo that she has that her creation quirk will go good with his skills. As she asks what he means by that, he says, "I am very skilled in weapons, martial arts, and a lot of other things." And she says, "Okay." And she makes him a bow staff and says, "Show me what you can do with it." As he uses it like a professional. As she shot from this, she then makes a sword, a katana. He uses it too. Nunchucks, size, the thing that Raphael uses. What's the thing? Kunais, shurikens, a lot of things she makes for Deku. Where she, at a point she gets hungry, so they went out to eat and she ate. Deku rich, you can say. He got paid a lot for protecting the president, and he's still getting paid technically. Deku's school, Deku's time at UA is paid for by the government. And Deku and Inko live in a better house than an apartment. And Inko is protected by bodyguards. This is something that Deku recommended. So, Momo and Deku start talking. Momo asks Deku if he can teach her some of these martial arts. Some martial arts, basic self-defense and how to take down people, takedown tactics, and how to use the weapons. Deku says, "Sure." As this is, they don't start yet. Not today. They're going to start after the hero's feelings. So, let's go. They get back to school the next day. This when All Might comes in and says, "I am here," walking through the door like a normal person. Now everyone goes crazy. It's All Might. It's All Might. Deku doesn't. They don't really care. It's not that he don't like All Might. It's just that he don't really care that much. Yeah, he knows that All Might is still the number one hero, similar piece, and he got a lot of power. He respects All Might for that. But as someone who uses martial arts and good at fighting, he looks at All Might as an amateur because All Might isn't really that good at fighting. He doesn't use his legs, his knees, and he only uses punches. And anyone can know what he is going to do from his announcements of his moves. As regular people don't do that. Martial artists don't tell you what move they're going to do. Even though, they can know what move he's going to do, they still can't, block it because All Might's immense. His, speed is too fast. That's the only reason All Might hasn't, been taken down. He's too strong and his speed is too fast. Deku basically thinks All Might has no technique. That's why Deku respects Aizawa. Aizawa is technique. Aizawa is someone that is very good. So All Might presses the button and everyone's hero costumes come out. This is Deku's hero costume. Everything like here is Deku's hero costume. Except for the actually no, he gets the bunny ears. Yeah, this was Inko's idea. Inko wanted Deku to have the bunny ears. And the little mask is basically a rebreather. Not a rebreather. A gas mask. And he has a rebreather, but it's attached to like a side pocket. Deku basically has, you know, the little things the military has. You know, he has ammo across his vest. When he has a little pistol that doesn't have live ammo. I'm just gonna say it has rubber ammo, rubber bullets. Actually, no, tranquilizer darts. No, not tranquilizer darts. Tranquilizer bullets. I don't think that they enough in the future to make tranquilizer bullets instead of tranquilizer darts to make no smaller and fit into a carton for them to shoot it. Then be able to shoot another one real fast instead of waiting for a couple of seconds. They can have it on semi-automatic or automatic. And like guns like AKs, ARs, and assault rifles like that. Submachine guns, things like that. Snipers. I need to learn more about guns. I can't learn them all, but for someone who like guns, I'm not a gun person that knows all about guns. I just like the guns. So, as Deku puts on his hero costume, and everyone goes out, and they stand, they're looking at each other, costume, they rating them. Momo's costume is still a little bit more revealing. Deku tells her that your costume is a little bit more revealing than you should have it. How about you do this? As Deku explains, there's some heroes basically lace their hero costumes with hair strands, to basically use their quirks outside their body and inside their clothes. As Momo says, I did not think of that. As she started from that day, she started collecting her hair and producing a different hero costume, which is not that much revealing from the one she had in canon. As All Might, brings everyone to the room, and then he says, okay, guys, we're going to be doing the heroes villains. We're going to be picking teams off random lottery, and here we go. As the same teams of canon, Bakugo and Ida goes into the room, and Ida trying to make a plan with Bakugo. Bakugo tells him, even if we make a plan, we're still going to lose, right? Ida said, what do you mean? Bakugo then tells Ida, I know him. He was a childhood friend who went missing at the age of 5 but then got found at the age of 8. He was so skilled in what happened that he was employed by the president of our country, president of Japan or whatever, to basically protect him, being his bodyguard for 2 years. Actually, no. He was put on this team of special ops with 7 other people for 2 years, and then he had to protect the president for more years. For 2 more years, basically making him 14. This one he got off and he became hero. Ida is shocked from this. Bakugo says if he really wanted to, with the power he actually gained from what he told me, he gained his power from basically an entity inside of him that he calls deku. And he says that this entity was himself, but the manifestation of his rage and hatred. Bakugo says that this entity's, Deku's power is so strong that it, dwarfs All Might in power. Man, Ida is not believing it, so Bakugo just says, you don't have to, believe my words, but, watch it for yourself. And Bakugo basically walks off. All Might says the heroes may now enter. Deku picks the rock up, the rock a little bit, blushing from this. Deku flies her up onto the roof. He tells her, "I'm gonna end this fast. I could just teleport in there and test the bomb, but I wanna, see. I wanna see Ida's face when he sees me, breaking there." Baka already know what's gonna happen. As we cut the Baka, Baka will just sit down and says, "Well, we're gonna lose anyway. He could just teleport in here, test the bomb, but he's not gonna do that. I can already tell it." As then, the roof, a big crash. You hear that? Then Deku drops in and touches the bomb. Everyone's shocked from this that Deku and Rock run that fast. And Almighty announces the hero team wins. Ito turns around and sees Deku. He's wondering how did he win so fast. And he didn't even see him. I even noticed that he was there. Bako says, "See? Exactly as I told you. You could have just teleported here and touched the bomb, and we wouldn't even notice that he was here. He could have walked past us without us even noticing him." As Bako talks to Deku, you show off. As Deku just smiles and walks away. They try to explain that Deku didn't use teamwork. Deku says, "I could have come up with a strategy, but I wanted to end it fast." Mako says, "Yeah, he could have. I've seen his strategies before. They're impervious. No one can break his strategies. He's pretty smart." Okay, got 43%. So, everyone else goes and they win and lose. As in canon, I cannot remember. I still have to watch, My Hero Academia again. I have to watch it over from, first season all the way to up. I probably won't watch it. I'll probably just, skim through it and see everything that happens, and then, get back to recording what ifs, which I still haven't done yet. And after this what if is done, I don't know which what if I'm going to start back doing. Probably the shadow what if. Yeah, I probably might get back to doing the shadow what if. After that, Deku starts training Momo in how to use certain weapons and martial arts. He don't teach her how to use sharp weapons yet. He basically teaches her how to use blunt weapons, like a staff, nunchucks, the thing that Nightwing used. I forgot what they called, police batons, whatever. He teaches her how to use some other non-lethal weapons. Then he teaches her how to use lethal weapons like knives, swords, kunais. Teaches her how to do that. She takes a little bit longer to learn how to use it, but she learns it none other. He then teaches her, tells her a little bit thing that she should start doing. She should basically start researching how to make, gases, poisons. Well, not gases, poisons, just gases. Things like knockout gas and the fluid they use in tranquilizer darts to put you to sleep. She basically start learning how to make them, the chemicals to make them. As she thinks about it, that's actually a good idea. As she does, learn how to make them, and this is a huge boost in her quirk. And her new hero costume comes in and it's different. It doesn't reveal anything. And she can use her quirk outside of her body and through her clothes. Now, I'm gonna do the USA and I'm gonna end it. As they go to school the next day, they choose class representatives. They choose Deku. Yeah, Deku. Deku and Ida. Deku and Ida choose as class representatives. And then they're told by Zawa They'll go to lunch, and then after that, we're going to the USA. As they go to lunch, Monoma doesn't try to hit. Well, Monoma tries to hit Deku, but Deku, sensing Monoma's energy, basically dodges Monoma. Monoma keeps walking, just thinking that he couldn't hit Deku. And everyone saw that, Monoma tried to hit Deku, but no. Deku looks at Monoma, and he does something that no one notices. Well, a couple of people notice, but it's too fast for them to react to what Deku's doing. And this is Momo and Bakugo, the only people that notice. As you can just see, Deku's eyes glow a little bit, and nothing else they notice. And then Monoma basically falls over. As Deku gets back to eating, and then this when an alarm goes off. Everyone goes in a riot. This when Deku flies up, sighs, and then claps his hand real loud, getting everyone's attention from that loud clap. He tells everyone to calm down. As he looks out the window, he says, it's just the media, and besides, we have multiple heroes, here, ready to protect you. But Deku knows it's just not the media. He knows that someone's here. He can feel it. He can feel Shigaraki, his energy. So he tells Nezu, you have someone in your school, right? Nezu asks him, what do you mean? Deku says, someone sneaked in and stole some files, as you can say. They went to the file room and stole some files. Nezu says, okay, I'll check into it. Because Nezu knows that Deku was from, special ops, as you could say. He heard of Deku from the government. The government basically says that Deku is a special person. He's from special ops at even such a young age. As Nezu checks the files, he sees that UA's file, 1A's file from the USA is missing. So he thinks that someone must have stolen them. He checks back on the camera. He sees this man with a jacket on, basically steal UA files. So he want to make sure no one gets hurt. So he postpones the USJ going inside, and he asks all the teachers tells all the teachers that someone stole UA files. Deku then teleports in. Says, can I handle it? No. And Nezu asks, what do you mean handle it? Deku says, can I take all the villains down? All Might says, wait, you can't do that. You're not strong enough. As Deku basically says, All Might, if I really wanted to, I could defeat you right here. All Might says, what do you mean? As Deku basically explains his powers. My powers is far above yours, All Might. As he explains all the powers he has, I forgot what the powers are. I'm basically, forgetting. Well, I couldn't name a few. Electrokinesis, teleportation, levitation, which I changed to flight, energy manipulation, superhuman strength, endurance. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. Oh yeah. Proficient in fighting. I forgot what that was called. And tells All Might all that. All Might is still in disbelief that there was anyone stronger than him. So Deku basically just shows him. As he taps Nezu's desk, as the whole school starts to shake. All Might believes in him now, and he stops the shaking. Nezu says, fine, you can take care of it, but don't kill anyone. Deku says, sure, why not? As Deku teleports away. As Aizawa and All Might ask, what do you mean, don't kill anyone? Other teachers ask too, as Nezu basically explains. Deku, Izuku Midoriya, at the age of 5, was kidnapped and forced to go into this secret organization that, they forced him to play a game called the Hunger. Not, they all got me saying it. The Hunger Games. No, called Rules of Survival. You know, they basically kidnap kids all over the world, and every time 1,000 kids was placed into this dimension that they basically build a teleportation device to. They forced there and they're forced to kill each other. And every year that Deku, played this game, he was the sole survivor. Except for one time where he had to survive. Actually, no, every time he was the sole survivor. There's a time where they made him, team up with one person, but Deku's teammate did not listen to him and got himself killed. They're hearing this about Deku, then they hear that after that Deku was, rescued, after Deku took down a whole organization of over a million people, he was dead and found by the police and pro heroes. Taken to the hospital where he recovered, and then he was released to his mom again. A couple of months or years later, he was recruited into a Black Ops team called the Shadows. A team of 8, including Deku. Team of 8, including Deku. They were sent to missions all around the world to do, things like assassinations, rescues, search and destroys, and, things like that. He was then recruited by the president to be his personal guard, along with another woman, which they protected the president, every time he got attacked. One time that the president come out with a scratch was when they was ambushed by multiple, armed operators. And at the time, Deku didn't have any bigger guns than a pistol he had on him. And they took the president to a helicopter came and picked him up. And that's when Deku was released from his duties, and he went back home. His mother then preached to him the idea of becoming a hero, and that's why he became a hero. They all hearing this. This is when Deku teleports inside the USA, and the villains think this is about time when Class 1A comes in. All the villains come out, and they, Shigaraki, sees that no one's there, and then this boy, basically appears. Shigaraki saying, "Who are you? Where's All Might? We're here to kill him." As Deku says, "Oh, so you're here to kill All Might. Well, it's sad to say that All Might's not here, so I'll have to step into his place." And Shigaraki said, "Kid, what do you think you can do?" "Nomo, kill this brat." As the Nomu rushes towards Deku, Deku punches the Nomu, but shock absorption, even though he's extremely strong, he's stronger than peak performance All Might. But it would take Deku 2 hits to kill Nomu, but Nomu shock absorption, basically, at first it doesn't work. He punches Deku. This makes Deku a little bit angry, so Deku kicks him away. Nomu gets back up, and then he punches Deku in the face, sending Deku flying a little bit. This makes Deku a little bit more angry. Deku then, getting tired of Nomu, he basically kicked it in the face, knocking his head off, and his body go flying. But the Nomu grows a new body, you can say. Grows a new body, from his regeneration. Since his brain wasn't destroyed, but his whole body was. So it grows a new body, and it comes back at Deku. Deku get a little bit irritated. Nomu keep doing that. This basically puts Deku above his limits, his rage limit. You gotta remember, Deku is fused with TKO, and not TKO, with T-Deku, and this manifestation of Deku's rage, and his killing intent, his hatred. So this sent Deku a little bit overboard as T-Deku takes over being so enraged by the normal that he keeps getting up, even though he keeps knocking it down. So, his eyes, instead of being, both red and green, and his energy, instead of being green and red, goes to all red. It goes to blood red. His eyes go to, glowing red. There's no, how Hero Brian's eyes is? Basically, it don't got no irises. No, just pure white, and it's glowing. That's how Deku's eyes went. Just red, glowing red. As he rushes in, punches the normal, the whole normal gets obliterated. Like every single last bit of the normal gets obliterated. His molecules got erased. As Deku went around the whole USA, killing all the villains. Didn't stop. This scares, Shigaraki. Deku don't let Shigaraki go. Deku grabs Shigaraki by his throat and erases him. Deku is going on a rampage, killing every villain that he finds, and this when Kurogiri escapes. Now, Kurogiri, basically explains to All For One that Shigaraki was killed, and All For One is mad. Furious. And he asked Kurogiri what happened. Kurogiri explained there was this boy. Shigaraki sent a Nomu after him, and the Nomu at the time was getting beat up by this boy, but he kept getting up. And then this boy got angry, and his eyes went red, blood red, and his energy did too, and he basically started slaughtering the villains after killing the Nomu. All For One is a little bit shocked from this, but this one, Deku basically teleports in behind Kurogiri and grabs Kurogiri by that metal piece on his neck and says, "You thought you... Wait, let me do it." You thought you could go free. But that system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. As All For One start to hear a knock. All For One get a little bit scared from this. And he looks up into Deku's eyes. Deku, All For One can see nothing but red. As Deku then erases Kurogiri, killing him instantly. He then tells All For One, "When I find you, I'm going to kill you." You're okay for the time being, but when I find you, you're definitely going to die. Goodbye now. As Deku basically shoots the TV that All For One was on, and he teleports back. After calming down, after all that happened, well, not calming down straight away, as he teleports into the office with Principal Nezu, All Might, and Aizawa, the rest of the heroes left. They basically see Deku come in, glowing blood red eyes. They ask Deku, what happened. Deku says, "I'm not Deku. My name is Deku, if you can say that. I'm a manifestation of his anger, his rage, his hatred, his bloodlust." As they're wondering what's going on, as he says, "I just met a very interesting villain." As they ask who, he said his name was All For One. That's all my shock from this. "Oh, Judging from your expression, All Might, I would say you know this villain. All Might says, yes, he's my mortal enemy. Deku says, I'm gonna kill him when I find him. Well, all the villains in the USA are no more. You can say they was wiped out of existence by a natural force. Well, it's time that I go away. It seems like Deku is ready to take back control. Goodbye. As no T Deku releases control and Deku comes back. Deku then says, what happened? As they all says, who was that? Deku said, what do you mean? There's no person with the red energy. As Deku says, oh God. So he was loose. Well, it doesn't really matter. They didn't want to get hurt. As they basically explains that Deku says that everyone in the USA was killed. Deku says, well, at least there wasn't any innocence. Well, let me explain a little thing before you guys start thinking that I'm a villain. Deku is a manifestation of my anger, my hatred, my bloodlust, and he can basically take over my body at some times. He can basically take over my body whenever I'm angry. And I got angry when I couldn't defeat that thing that wasn't alive. I knocked his head off, but he grew a new body. And he kept coming towards me, but I couldn't take him down. And it pushed me to the point where I got too angry and Deku took over. They take their explanation and they don't push it any further. After USA is put on hold as the heroes clear out all the villains' bodies, and they don't know who did it. Only All Might, Aizawa, and Nezuno. And this one gonna leave this part off. Thank you for watching and peace out.